You are listening to WBHM, Digital Broadcasting, the best in paranormal talk only on Paranormal Experience Radio. Broadcasting live out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Welcome back to Fate Radio. I am Kat Hobson, your host, with my fantastic guest, Judy Griffin, Dr. Judy Griffin. And her website is www.aromahealthtexas.com. And this has been one of my favorite conversations. I am learning so much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it. I'm learning too.
Well, I am just so fascinated by everything that you do. I didn't know that you distilled through steam, for one thing. I don't really know what I thought you did, but...
It's old-fashioned. I do everything. It's not because it's old-fashioned. It's because of the purity. That's what alchemists did. And they always used glass. So I use all glass. No stainless steel, no copper, only glass. And I hand separate the oils from the water best I can. The water will still have some oils in it, but I'm good with that. I want purity. I don't want chemicals in there.
Well, for someone who was not really sure what she thought about aromatherapy, or really understood about it either, for that matter, I have found this conversation so enlightening. I have friends that are into the various essential oil companies and who do the different herb packets to make your life better and things of that nature. I just think that the chance to learn from you has made me understand more about why I would be wanting to go to a smaller company who has a more pure product.
I see what you're saying. And you know what? You don't need much of it because it is pure. So it's not about size. It's about quality.
Right. Are most companies, like the big, I guess 3 or 4 here in the U.S., everybody talks about quality, but you don't hear as much about purity. Are you one of the few people that utilizes the steam and the hand distillery and that kind of thing?
Yes. And the purity, it starts with your plants. I'm out there with them. Even if I don't pull every weed or snip every, dead limb, I am out there with those plants. And so before they ever got to the lab, I have communication with them. I have a relationship with them. And I know I don't take every single rose. For one thing, you don't ever do that. You always leave abundance there because we have beneficial insects and other reasons in nature to do that. But you pick the purest flowers or plant parts that I'm going to distill, and it makes a huge difference. Huge.
Well, I think that your relationship with them is probably my favorite thing, because when I read that, I knew what you were talking about.
And people will say, well, I want to be an herbalist, but I don't, and it's like, oh, what plants do you grow? Oh, I don't want to grow plants. It's like, then you don't want to be an herbalist. I mean, come on.
I want to be an herbalist who doesn't deal with plants.
No, I know people like that. And I've taught them in classes and stuff like that. They're intellectually intelligent, but, the most they can do is sell you somebody's product in a little capsule or something, or in a little bottle. It's not the same. And I think if you grow plants and have a relationship with them, even if you choose, I choose, let's say, to buy your product and use it. We don't all make everything we need, so all the time. I would still, by nature, choose the most pure product because I have that relationship myself with purity. It's everything. It's everything.
I agree. Well,
I see things in people that and see them get over incurable diseases just time after time after time. And since I was born, because my brother had an incurable disease, I think it was just like karma or whatever you call it, that I was going to end up working with people like that. But I mean, they're almost all the people I've worked with have had very incurable type illnesses. And it's amazing to see these people turn it around. I give them credit, but I know that the purity of products makes a difference, makes a huge difference.
Well, and the indomitable spirit that they bring to that.
Yep.
You know, because if they've gone to the effort to research this fully and to get there, I think that makes a huge difference, and it shows their courage and determination, don't you?
It does, but some people do it more intellectually, and that's still helpful. But I'll tell you about one person who had an inoperable liver cancer tumor, and came to me and he said, well, all I've been offered is it's inoperable. So they said I could go to a big medical clinic in Houston and MD Anderson, and I could have experimental something. And they said I'd live maybe 18 more months. And I said, well, how long, did you ask him how long would you live if you didn't have the experimental medicine? So he goes back and he asks the doctor, and he goes, oh, well, you'll live 5 years.
Oh my gosh. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's like, so, I mean, I really work with people so they know how to communicate with whoever they're going with.
Right.
But this person was doing so well, and I got to the point where I gave him an essence for, anger, okay? And I told him, just put it on your right side where the liver is, just a few drops. Do you know he couldn't do it? He tried it one time, and it was just such an experience that he couldn't handle it. And I very seldom see that. I mean, almost never see that happen.
What kind of experience?
Well, he couldn't deal. He felt like he had to deal with his anger, and he didn't want to do that. So he died. He got well. He got totally well, and then he died. Got well from cancer. He died from the anger.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's a lot of responsibility. We just think about getting well, but there's a lot of responsibility, and we may be asked to give up food or to do something that we don't want to do. And how much do you want it? It's always what it's about.
So like an energy exchange?
Yeah. You're always given something, but you're always given something. It's never taken away and it's gone. Your favorite chewing gum, you'll never see it again. No, you'll find another one you like even better, or something else. You'll discover the beauty of flowers.
Well, I am so glad. One of my favorite things that we've discussed here was the sounds, the melodies.
Yes.
And while flowers appreciate me not trying to nurture them, I think trees are cool with it. But, it's also like I said, I hear that. I hear the songs in the wind. And I think that's probably part of my ancestry, but it's really cool. And I taught my grandson that when he was 1, maybe.
Wow.
We were just sitting out in the hammock on a gray, windy day, and you could hear the wind coming because we still had leaves up. And I said, "Do you hear that? That's the wind. If you wait just a minute, it will kiss you."
Oh.
And he looked at me like, "Okay, Bebop, you've lost your mind." But he went ahead, because I held my face up and he did too. And when it touched him, he just kind of looked at me. And I said, "That's the wind."
Wow, that's wonderful. What a gift.
It's just that was probably one of the premier experiences of my life, is to be able to share that.
Yes.
And for him to get it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, and I'm certain that my mom hears the plants, because she seriously would come to rescue them.
Definitely. Some kind of communication level going on.
Yeah. And that comes into the line of people who are, in my opinion, psychics or empaths and such. Everybody has a gift if you pay attention to it.
Definitely.
And with what you do, I'm so glad that you paid attention. Because you do make such a difference in people's lives.
It's been a phenomenal experience. I'm humbled.
Well, I think that I am from hearing about your experiences. To be able to just talk to someone and understand what their need is and go about creating what will meet that need is an astounding gift. And to be able to do it just by voice interaction blows me away. I think you're very neat, and I'm glad that you heeded that calling.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure to be on your show. It's really been like talking to a friend.
Well, thank you. I think that we're supposed to be friends.
Yes.
So, and I've just learned so much, and my audience has too. We've been having a couple of people in chat tonight. Sundays are not usually great for chat for some reason. People are trying to get everything ready and their ducks in a row for the week. They listen, but they don't take the time to chat. And, you know, I know that I'll be getting emails when we get off the air or in the morning to say, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe da-da-da-da-da." I get that a lot. So I think this is going to be a very audience responsive experience.
They're welcome to email me if that's acceptable.
Of course that's acceptable. Why don't you tell people how to get in touch with you?
They can go through the website is the easiest thing. AromaHealthTexas.com. Texas is spelled out. And, you know, if you can't find it, if you Google Judy Griffin, it'll still come up. And through the website, it has a contact us, and it comes right to an email. And I'll get right back to them. It won't be somebody else. It'll be me answering.
Well, they will do that. And I will go ahead and put that on my post when I share the recording of the show too, so that they'll be able to find you.
Great.
So,
I enjoy it.
Well, I look forward to the next.
Okay, that's a deal.
All right. Well, I want to make sure that people know that tomorrow night we have Paranormal Pride with Denise Pridemore. That's going to be a fantastic show. Wednesday night, I will be hosting Paranormal Experience